So, hi there. First of all, what we have to do is declare a object and set it by default value as by default value in the form state. You can see here in this line number 15, and I'm taking another state which will save or which will store the errors which will get in the form. So by default I'm passing an object which also already set it in the form.state, and then what will I do is I will create a value catching function or on change handler, like handle on change. I'm naming it, and it will take a parameter which is event. So shortly I'm taking it as just e, you can see, and I will destructure the values name and value from e dot target. So value name value equal to e dot target. Okay, then I will push the value to the form data state or set. I will call the set function set form data function and spread. I'm using spread operator to get the previous form data, and then newly data will be set it here dynamically. So I'm taking a bracket and name which will dynamically assign the new value to the object, and here we go. So then I will create another handler which will be on click or on submit handler. So here const handle on submit, also it will take the e as event parameter, and then I will call the function e dot prevent default, so that if I click on the button it will not reload the page. Then what will I do? I will validate some I will validate the form data here by calling the validator function which will be created customly, you will see here. And after validating the data, this validator function will return some errors which will be set it into set error message. Then what I'll do, I will check each and every errors by using useEffect hook. Here I will create a callback, and this callback function will be called when error message state changed. So first of all I will check if there is any error in the error message. If any error exists, then it should have length, and if there is no error, its length will be 0 only. So to check the length of an object, we use object.keys, which will return an array. If keys don't have any length, then we can easily say that there is no such keys exist in the object. So let's create another function validator which will take the form data, and taking data as parameter. Here I will declare an object which will return ultimately this object by adding uh, validation errors. So this is the object, and I'm checking if data dot email. I will check two inputs, email and password. So if there is no such email, and therefore I will add an error that email is required. Here you can see trim function will let us know that if there is values exist or not. Then what we will do, also check the password. Before that, if you are going to just checking one input, then we can just return from here, but I'm gonna checking two. So for that I'm checking also the password one. For validating, you must use regular expression so that the validation is correct or perfect, or it will be perfect if you use regex. Here I'm not going to use regex, just only I will just only I'm showing you that how to validate something, just with the conditions, and this condition must be added by regex. You will add the regex expressions, regular expressions, that is in full form. So I have created the validator, and if there is no such error, then I will console that there is no errors. And now I have to check the input tag, and here I have to add an attribute which will be name email. Before adding handler, I'm also adding name attribute to the password info input password. And then what I will do, I will add the handle on change function, so that if any user I change on the input tag, this on change event or event listener will be called the handle on change function. So I'm adding this function. I'm just passing the handle on change function. So after that, what I have to do is also add the on click event to the submit button. So where is it? Here I'm got it. I've got it. So on click, here will be pass handle on click. Okay. So let's check if I have mistaken anything or not. Mm, everything is fine. Okay. Okay. If there some errors, then we will console the errors here in the if the if else block. Okay, then what will we do? We are ready to check. Oh, use effect is not defined, so we have to just import use effect from React. We forgot about that. Use effect. Okay, and which error? Yeah, we have a mistake over here in the on click. It will be on submit. I'm sorry, it's not on click, and the on submit function will be called here after ending. So rebuild this control as I have pressed, and here we go. We have ready our page. So let's go to the sign in page. Oops, it's previous one. So let's go to the sign in page. Sign in. As you can see, it's loading, and here we have the page. We have two input field, one is email and another is a password. So let's check with empty inputs. I have clicked on the sign in button, and in console we can see that an object is here with the arrows. Email is required, password is required. And let's check with the input values. I have added the email, password. So I have clicked, and you can see, as the condition is if there is no input, it will throw errors, other than it will be success. So we have done the work. You can use the regex for the validation. So thank you very much.